Don't hurt yourself. Julius Przalski Sr., head coach, assisted by his son, Julius Jr., who is coaches at DeMatha Catholic High School in Hyattsville, Maryland.
A long-time coach in the state of Pennsylvania. More victories than yours truly, but anybody could say that.
12 league championships, 23 tournament championships in 41 years of coaching.
Incredible, Greg. An old friend of Duty Moore, my college coach, and Claire B. as well, so he's been around a while.
This is Livingston, double teamed and then throws the ball away.
Great quickness. We're enamored by the skills, but jumper by O'Bannon, and that's a household name.
Charles O'Bannon, younger brother of UCLA's Mr. O.
And they're still trying to woo him, if I'm not mistaken.
It says it's down to USC and UCLA and a couple of Eastern schools. They're moving inside for the shot. Damon Flint, and back comes O'Bannon on the move, off the glass, a little hard, and here comes the East squad again. This is Livingston. Oh. To Wallace.
Did I miss something? A little high, a little Spalding in midcourt, but once in control, a nice dish.
This is Jacques Vaughn, and Rip Ripley said 5 minutes into practice he could tell Jacques Vaughn was a winner.
Well, you can see that pass there. You can tell he's no Jacques. He will create for others.
Darnell Robinson on the receiving end of the dish.
The key in all-star games is to know your guy's number. Be near him. Some semblance of defense.
The lob is picked off by John Garavaglia. And here comes Vaughn on the move, leaves it back for Robinson, who's fouled.
Not a bad feel, though. Jacques Vaughn showing that he knows where all the people are. The great ones do count the numbers. Roy Williams last night, phenomenal effort with his club and losing terrific backcourt, but stepping in with this youngster to run the show, and they'll be back knocking at the door again.
Garavaglia with the turnaround. John Garavaglia, a 6'8" out of Aquinas High School in Southgate, Michigan, and he's headed for Judd Heathcote in Michigan State.
Well, he won't grow hair for Judd, but he'll certainly help the smile on occasion.
We're tied at 6. This is Stackhouse looking for room. And the pass picked off inside by O'Bannon. Up ahead for Garavaglia with Wallace on him, and he felt the pressure.
I would say there was some a hurry in the fall. You talk a lot about football. He changes what you'd like to do.
The long pass for Stackhouse. Who scored? Jerry Stackhouse out of Oak Hill Academy in Virginia. Has a teammate on the east from that school, and Jeff McInnes, who will see action in just a bit.
Another Tar Heel guy. Nice look. And the big fella with the vengeance. Wouldn't you like to be able to do that once? Not the dunk, but hang.
Without a step left.
Nolan Richardson likes the wide bodies. Oliver Miller, move over. Step aside. Corliss.
Darnell goes 6'11", 250. And the whistle blown down low.
Let's go hang.
Now, you had to work hard to get near that number. 250. But this is senior in high school when you think of it.
Lifetime achievement.
You're solid, just like him, but he's got a few inches on you.
Quick shot on the inside. Here comes Vaughn again. 3-on-1. The lob.
Send it in, Cedric.
Cedric Henderson on the beautiful lead from Jacques Vaughn. Damon Flint, long range, didn't get the bounce. That's out of bounds, coming the other way. Let's take a look at it again.
You do some NBA games. Does this fit the bill?
Looks just like it.
The assists that kids get today are extraordinary. When I was playing, it was make sure the last pass is a bounce pass. The high rate of success because of those jams.
O'Bannon. Flat shot picked off and taken back by Henderson.
Get him out of the game. You got to jam those.
Antonio Wingfield. Open shot, no good. Rebound, Stackhouse. Look at all the red jerseys underneath, fighting for the ball, loose basketball, and Wingfield is there.
Now, this is a game where the refs could put the key in their pocket, huh? They're going to let him attack one another.
They were telling us before the game, this is one of those games where they really can't do much wrong as long as they don't blow the whistle.
And the coaches will not bother them.
You are having a bad day if the coaches are on you in a game like this.
Once again, getting into the low box. And the big fella able to finish it off.
Darnell Robinson out of Emory High School in Emeryville, California.
Well, Darnell is tough to get around. You need a roll of quarters and plenty of time. You can't front him. He's able to complete as well.
Coach Ripley says that Darnell hasn't yet played against top-level competition, and he thinks that his game will improve as that happens. There's the steal.
Man, a heads-up play.
Long-range jumper, front rim. No, tries to follow the shot, and that's out of bounds. And we'll pause in the hectic action. 15.5 minutes to play in the first half. Welcome back to Memphis, where we've had our first mass substitutions of the game, and we will set them for you as best we can as we go along. First of all, for the West Stars in the white, number 12, Chris Kingsbury, maybe the best pure three-point shooter in this game.
Strong youngster. You mentioned the range, but great body as well. Nice front.
The takeaway by Jason Osborne for the East. And here comes Jeff McInnes, who is headed for North Carolina along with Stackhouse in this game.
Loves to pass, penetrate and kick.
This is Keith Booth working his way along the baseline, stepped out of bounds.
Keith going to Maryland, going to be alongside Gary Williams. Nice young club and program.
6'6" out of Dunbar High School in Baltimore. Kingsbury, oh, what a pass. Nice pass. Chris Kingsbury down low to Gerald Honeycutt.
A look away, the defense starting.
20 was Ronnie Henderson, not to be confused with Cedric, and the rebound down low, and then outside for Beard.
A presence inside of Andre Jones. Nice front, the low post. They are guarding down there.
They are indeed. On move, that's of Andre Jones again with a block. Kingsbury open. Hit the back rim. Can he chase it down? Nice pass to the baseline and Honeycutt.
A save assist. Good hustle and position by Honeycutt.
Chris Kingsbury haggled a little bit by a sprained left ankle he suffered in the last game of his regular season.
Well, what a throw for these kids, the way the McDonald's people treat them. Again, the defense, you're not getting much. They're not postmen under there, but they are returning to sender.
Let's watch number 0-0 of Andre Jones.
Undecided, a lot of people hoping there's one. Get it back out of town. And then he had another one shortly after. He is not a 0-0 when it comes to shot blocking.
Andre Jones from Martija High School in Lakewood, California. Still hasn't decided where he's going to school yet. The rules for the game today are usually is no shot clock, but there will be one here today. 45-second shot along with zone. No zone defense is allowed. Each man gets 6 fouls and 1-on-1 after the 10th foul. Booth hits both of them. 18-12. And Crawford to Sylvester Ford. And here comes McInnes. McInnes out of bounds. Teammate was looking for the lob.
The lob, yeah. Well, everybody's looking at the lob. He should know that. But did you see the wave of red shirts getting out on the floor? And Rip. He said, Rap, this is Rip. Coach Ripley.
Not allowed to call him anything but Rip.
Rip.
Crawford's long-range shot. Sylvester Ford going for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Booth. And it will be West basketball.
Well, they've had them at hospitals. They've had them at museums. They're a busy group of kids down here, and a great exchange for the little lob on the out of bounds.
Jones a little too hard. Honeycutt. Honeycutt tough on the board.
Inside position.
Gerald Honeycutt from Grambling, Louisiana. Already has 6 points, and it's 20-12. The West of the league. Booth. Got fouled on his way to the hoop.
And one of the few times we've seen Avondre bring his hands down, trying to help Kingsbury on the front. And Honeycutt on the follow, as you see the defense trying to come over and assist. He's able to seal off and complete, and that's what I've been impressed with most. They go after it on the 10.
Gerald Honeycutt called the Bayou Bully down in his hometown.
He doesn't have the bully body, though, does he?
Depends on who you're playing against, doesn't it?
That's true. It's all. Well, that's what's interesting about this game, and I think for their own self-evaluation. How good am I? I've been reading about that particular guy, and Bob Gibbons wrote about him, or Howard Garfinkel had him in his camp, the high school gurus who now you get so fond of.
Now you get to meet him in person.
Yeah, it's a chance to see where you stand.
Here comes Bobby Crawford, who is headed for the Michigan Wolverines lair next season. Jones's pass picked off and taken away. 3-on-1, Beard. Joey Beard.
They love the way he passes the ball. They say he can shoot it outside as well. Leaking out. He'll be down there with Mike Krzyzewski. Toughest part of going to Duke is to learn how to pronounce his name.
Or spell it.
Once you get in, you're all right, huh?
Up ahead from McInnes. McInnes for a trailer. Osborne.
Airborne. Osborne.
And it's 20-18. First two of the game for Osborne.
When you get to look at the different plays, you say, yeah, he's a Louisville player, or he's a Michigan player. You can tell by the way they play.
Loose ball batted underneath Crawford. No good, and here comes a 3-on-1 break again. McInnes will stop and put it up. And McInnes again.
Now he'll make that when he's a Tar Heel. Joey Beard with a great slap out to ignite the break.
Here's Avondra Jones moving in with Beard. Oh.
6'10", folks, with a spin and delivery.
You get the feeling we really don't need the shot clock?
No, I would say there won't be a violation unless everybody falls asleep out there.
Long-range shot out of the corner is just that. Way too long, and here comes Crawford again. The lob, Honeycutt.
How high was that, Greg?
8 points in this game already for Gerald Honeycutt.
Well, Gerald cut, and it was a honey of a pass.
24-20, West in the lead. There's the whistle and the foul on the play.
This is as high as the one Hurley usually throws to Grant Hill. I mean, that's 12, 13 feet up. Imagine just catching it up there and then bringing it back and jamming it in.
Let's keep in mind, these kids have only had a couple of days to practice together, too.
Jason Kidd, during the tournament, was talking about playing with the pros. He said ever since he's a little kid, he's been able to go to a playground, play with anybody, and make the passes. It's an understanding, a language of its own that great ones have, so they really don't need that closeness as much as coaches might disagree.
I want to remind you, coming up later today, the women's NCAA championship, Texas Tech and Ohio State.
That Iowa-Ohio State game, quite a game.
It was.
Amazing.
This is Sharon Wilkerson, and it's batted out of bounds. Sharon Wilkerson wearing number 42 for the West. And we'll take time with 11:14 to play in the first half, and the West leads it by 4.
Welcome back to Memphis, where the West leads 24-20. I'm Jim Gray. I'm now joined by the former head coach of the UCLA Bruins, the Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden, who took the Bruins to 10 NCAA titles. And, John, a lot of people say that the kids today maybe lack some of the fundamentals. Is that your feeling?
It's quite possible. They've become so tremendous from a physical point of view that they may not work quite as hard on the fundamentals. And as they become better individually, I believe that has hurt team play.
Let me ask you about tomorrow night's game. I know that everybody is thinking about North Carolina against Michigan. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, before the tournament started, I picked North Carolina to go all the way, and I'm not about to change my mind, but you can't be surprised at any team winning. I must say that I thought Kentucky would beat Michigan yesterday, but they didn't, and I wasn't surprised.
You're going to stick with North Carolina. It's awful good to see you, John. 82 years old, still getting around great. Greg?
All right, Jim, and thanks very much, Coach Wooden.
You know, when I leave a message for people, and I don't want to trouble the secretary, I'll say, tell them John Wooden called. And the reason I've done that is it's the only way I could get close to his one-loss record. Incredible run, NCAA championships, outstanding player.
Yeah.
Well, as a collegiate, he was a great player.
Ronnie Henderson completes a three-point play. And the East has pulled back to within 1 at 24-23.
We should thank Sonny Hill for getting up and giving our Jim Gray the seat, huh?
Chris Kingsbury out of the corner, and that's what he does best.
Sonny Hill on the committee. Mr. Philadelphia when it comes to the b-ball.
And a snappy dresser beside.
Not bad at all. We can learn a little bit.
This is Osborne, and now up top for Booth. Booth. Beard. We'll take it back outside, and this is McInnes.
Shot selection, once in a while, you might question in a game like this.
The takeaway, Beard, blocked from behind and out of bounds.
Joey Beard's looked pretty good, though, even though that time the advantage to the stripper, Crawford, from the rear.
2 nights ago, I saw Mike Jaminski and Danny Ferry in Charlotte, and they both said, let us know how Joey Beard looks, because he's headed to Duke.
Well, that's the subway, huh? The alums checking him out.
That's right. Substitutions again.
They could have used a big guy in the run this year after Cherokee got hurt.
A whole lot of threes being knocked down, but that'll change as the afternoon progresses.
Well, it's been an inside game and a woo-woo game, up and down. There's one for you.
Ed O'Bannon, the first 3 of the afternoon. Oh, make it Charles O'Bannon.
Well, either one. The parents are happy.
5 points for Charles O'Bannon. And there's Wallace. And Rasheed Wallace hits the turnaround.
Now, that's impressive, but his total game is what impresses me the most. Handle, run, and assist on this defensive end. He only played half the game in high school. They were so good.
Vaughn runs into traffic. Nice pass. Nice pass.
The kiss almost meaningless. After that,
Henderson.
thread the needle.
This is Stackhouse. And Flint. Down low for Wingfield. The follow.
A slow foot there by Darnell. Bulk up, but you got to be quick to the ball as well.
O'Bannon again.
Just a little down screen. You can see the D lacking on that trip.
Stackhouse along the baseline. Not that time. Off the glass, Wingfield. D'Antonio Wingfield, 6'9", out of Albany, Georgia, headed for the Bearcats of Cincinnati.
And what a year they had. Huggins kids played Carolina great. Van Exel, as good a half as I've seen in the NCAA. Nick on the money.
Wallace clears the boards. And here comes the West. Or the East, rather. Wingfield, no, and the follow by Flint doesn't get there.
Look at the hustle.
And that's out of bounds off of Henderson, Cedric Henderson, and we'll go the other way.
People understand with this kiss attempt why we get excited during the year doing college games, saying that he's a McDonald's All-American, because it's the Oscar almost for a high school kid, and they showcase for the next 4 years in many cases of excellent basketball. Great block.
There's a rejection by O'Bannon, and here comes Vaughn. Jacques Vaughn out of Pasadena, California, his first bucket of the afternoon.
Boy, when he gets the ball on the open floor, he says Pasadena to the defenders. Great explosion.
This is Randy Livingston from New Orleans. Beating Wallace, and then he comes back outside. Oh.
Now there's one at the end of the half.
Wingfield push from behind.
Well, discretion, Randy. All raving about him.
Well, let's take time with 7:31 to play in the first half. 33-29, the West. Earlier this week, today's players visited the Memphis Ronald McDonald House. Proceeds from today's game will go directly to the 200 families that are served by the Memphis House. Over $61 million has been raised by Ronald McDonald Children's Charities since 1984. Commendable indeed. 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. 33-29. West leads the East. Henderson almost had the ball taken away, regains, and is fouled in the lane.
You know what these kids do well, Greg, is post up and hold off. Garavaglia on that trip able to present himself. Terrific understanding at these tender ages. how to play that post position.
Cedric Henderson, a local favorite from East High School here in Memphis, and of course he will play for Memphis State.
Goes without saying, although Nolan Richardson does sneak in here and grab a few. Randy Carter, another guy that got away up in Minnesota with Clem Haskins. So a bevy of talent. And I asked Larry Finch a few years ago, why is this town so good? And he said it's the high school coaching. They churn them out because they're such dedicated guys and make them into pretty good players.
Darnell Robinson had it rejected, and here comes the West. Livingston, the East rather, and Livingston on the glass.
Oh, power, point guard, huh? Like a Ramil.
Randy Livingston, maybe the top point guard this entire class of '93. Oh, the pass inside, and oh, look at the strength of Darnell Robinson.
He'll take up the whole front line if he has to. I mentioned Livingston. A lot of people, Bob Gibbons thinks he's like Jason Kidd, but this guy, Antoine Carr, maybe, the physical ability to drag upward.
That's 3 fouls on Randy Livingston.
I'll buy you dinner if he fouls out.
Aren't you leaving right after the game?
This is the will. You know my itinerary. This is the Wilt rule. Thou shalt not foul out.
You also know that I have a dinner flight too, don't you?
And you go to the other direction.
Stackhouse, quick move on the baseline, a little bit out of control, and Garibaldi with the rebound and out for O'Bannon, and Jock Vaughn just runs his man over. Livingston taking the charge at center court.
Ooh, a little bang-banger. Offering it up, and there is a guy that can stop on the Calvin Murphy type speed where you catch a turn and avoid the charge. This is a bang-banger. I think we'd have the coat off if we were on the sideline. Established. Even in an all-star game, they offered up.
The whistle blows down low, and the foul is on Henderson. That's 2 on Cedric Henderson.
George Lynch leaving. This guy looks like he'll be able to step right in, doesn't he, Greg?
Stackhouse headed for Dean Smith's Carolina program. We remind you, Carolina and Michigan tomorrow night, 9 Eastern time, here on CBS. Of course, Bill Raftery will be leaving to head back to New Orleans. He is America's frequent traveler.
Very fortunate to be able to sit and watch that one. Yesterday, one of the great days in basketball.
It was nice of you to come by here yesterday for a practice session before you went back to New Orleans.
Well, they're fun to watch, these kids, and we'll be doing their games, God willing, for quite a while.
Here's a 4-on-1.
Look at this.
Wallace for Livingston.
That's incredible. Lou Alcindor could do that, though, in high school. Dribble it up the floor. Jack Donahue used to say, wait a second, big fella, give it up and get under. Wallace, very multi-talented.
Jock Vaughn down the lane. Nice move.
Now, that looked like the defense was tardy or negligent, but that's explosion.
Jock headed for Kansas, said the game was a little tough to watch. Darnell Robinson causing problems inside and out fights Wingfield for the ball. Here comes Vaughn. Along the baseline, Garibaldi's reverse doesn't go, and Wallace clears the glass. Up ahead for Wingfield on the run. And he missed it. And Henderson has the board. A little bit of a track meet now. Vaughn, this is 5-on-2. And Henderson scores and draws the foul.
The catalyst is Jack Vaughn. Robinson at the other end, the tearaway. Don't touch his groceries. If you're in line, let him through. The ignition right here. The look away. And this is a forceful kiss because the defense was responding.
And time for substitutions again. Everybody except Cedric Henderson, who will shoot the free throw.
And Cedric showing he can run the floor. And that's what's impressive about the whole gathering.
You have to run the floor to get your points, don't you?
You have to have a short service with these guys. You don't get in the lane, you're not going to touch it.
Henderson looking for his 10th point of the afternoon.
You know these shirts are going in the drawer when they leave there. They're not going to be given to pals, huh?
That's right. We were talking about Mr. Raftery and what a busy week he's had. At the NIT semis in Madison Square Garden, and then at the Meadowlands on Tuesday. New York Wednesday, here in Memphis Thursday, and in New Orleans on Friday, and then you come back yesterday morning and then back to New Orleans and then in here this morning. I mentioned to someone yesterday, you're the only guy who has someone take him to the airport and says, wait for me. I'll be right back.
No wonder my wife isn't answering at home. The force again, the fast break. I'm certainly concerned about this itinerary getting loose.
That's right. You're out of here after today, and NCAA preview in New Orleans. You're just a busy guy.
Well, it's nice to be asked. To be honest with you, there are a lot of people that are in line requesting those spots, but
you had that flight attendant's uniform when you came in.
Well, I left my jacket on one of the planes, I think.
40-34 is our score with 4:54 to play in the first half. And McInnes.
Supposed to be a penetrator, hasn't shown it today. 9 assists a game. He will give it up when he gets to Chapel Hill, don't you think?
I think so.
Just in the All-Star game with Tennessee, you need to look a little bit for yourself.
Avondra Jones, a little hard with the hook. Henderson, Booth. Booth again. And the follow. Jason Osborne.
And they'll be back here as Avondra gets a breakaway. Forgot to get the pivot put down, huh? Well, you usually can dance at All-Star games and let it slide. That was more of a hop.
Here's another sign of the changing times. The shortest guy in here, outside of Jacques Vaughn, who's a 6-footer, is 6'3". Everybody else 6'4", 6'5", 6'8".
And mobile and handle.
The lob.
On the money. That's what he does best.
McInnes to Ronnie Henderson. Here's Sylvester Ford. And the takeaway. And he'll dribble it out. This is Osborne. Nice move up ahead to Keith Booth.
Look at that LSU backcourt. Two prime-time players, Livingston and Henderson. Dale Brown will be doing a little preaching.
Crawford calls out the signal. Sylvester Ford. And McInnes ahead for Booth. In the lane for Beard.
He runs the floor. Great look, though, by Booth.
4 points for Joey Beard. In the East with a 3-point lead. And Rip Ripley wants timeout.
Rip is ripping.
3:15 to play. First half, and the East up 3, 43-40. Back in Memphis, the East leading the West by 3, Bill.
Now, the McDonald's staff could not have done more for both of us and our staff. Our thanks to them, and in particular to Howard Schachter for his work. And all of us at CBS extend to him and his family our sympathy for his recent loss, as well as his family suffered over the weekend. Our condolences to Howard and his family.
There is Howard, and we do appreciate and pass on our best wishes to him and to his family. Back on the court, Sylvester Ford shot missed. Avondra Jones back into the lane. Scoop doesn't go. The rebound, Honeycutt lost it. And here comes the East. East is on a roll. Henderson knocked out of bounds.
Now, this is everybody's delight to play a game of this quality, be able to be loose and push the ball, and the East taking their toll on the West with the fast break.
9 straight points. Osborne. Jones got the block, but he also got a little of the body, and Osborne will go to the line.
Greg, the game tomorrow night, Carolina and Michigan. You give the Carolina guys who played this McDonald's.
Eric Montross, George Lynch, Brian Reese, Matt Winston, Don Williams, and Serge Zwicker.
And Michigan, Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, Jimmy King, and Jalen Rose. So you're going to see guys who graduated from this level to the main world.
I mentioned when I was in Charlotte the other night, I saw Sidney Green, the ex-running Rebel, and he said, you had better mention the class of '79 with Sidney and Isaiah Thomas and Dominique Wilkins and James Worthy.
Pretty good group.
Not bad.
Maybe we're going to sneak in a few games later of a team we both like.
44-40. The East in the lead. And we're down to 2:40 to play in the first half. Nice. Jones rejected by Booth. Here comes Henderson ahead of the pack. Missed the scoop with a follow by McInnes.
They look in better shape the way they're getting down, or they know there's something, a reward at the end.
That's 14 straight points now by the East. And batted out of bounds, and it still belongs to the West.
In the open floor, and it's all set up by their D. You run because you're not sure if the completion is ahead. Help your partner.
Chris Kingsbury into the game, and he's inbounding now. West has missed its last 8 shots from the floor. Crawford. Bailey get the last 9 from the floor. Bill Raftery's best ever McDonald's player.
It's amazing what you can do on planes, huh? All the assistants of our guys in the back. There's a lot of argument when you leave Wilkins off, but that's a pretty fair group. Magic actually never played, but was picked on the team, so that's fair enough.
Oh, what a move by Sylvester Ford, and he drew the foul.
Well, if he keeps making moves like that, Sylvester will not be driving a Ford. At the end, the touch, the kiss. The baseline wide open, and interior defense lacking, no support, and when it did come, he used the tin to ward it off.
Sylvester, another local favorite from Fairleigh High School here in Memphis, coached by his dad.
And undecided, which means Larry's still in the hunt, huh? At Memphis State.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
And some of those alum, you mentioned Wilkins.
That shot off the mark and the whistle blows. Yeah, Alonzo Mourning.
Not too bad. Grant Hill still playing. Danny Manning in the NBA. Brad Daugherty, who you see a lot of.
How about Jimmy Jackson?
Jimmy Jackson. And the kid. The new kid.
New kid on the block.
On the, more than the block, huh? The neighborhood, I would say. And Jason with a great tournament. Clark Kellogg, Special K, another great one.
That's Honeycutt all alone. East by 2.
Nice job containing by Bobby Crawford.
Nice boost. Nice pass indeed. Inside Osborne. No beard there.
Active. And before he's grown one, Joey has wisdom.
Kingsbury. Coming up on a minute to play here in the first half. McInnes top of the key. And Booth, talk about active. The foul is there.
Did you just hear Dean Smith saying to McInnes, Jeff, I know you like the 3, but we got Donald Williams to shoot that.
Ronnie Henderson, look at the three-point field goals just are not coming here in the first half. Bobby Crawford out the side.
And as you speak the words, able to light it up.
Crawford playing the 2 and the 3 in high school, just learning to play the point guard position, which he will play at Michigan.
When you think of his choice of college, once again, the penetration, not bad defense either.
I invite you to stay with us coming up at halftime. Report on the road to the Final Four with Andrea Joyce and Jim Gray. Will have a report 25 years ago today here in Memphis. Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. That's coming up at halftime.
Joey Beard playing pretty big defensively there with Avondra Jones. Nice 3-quarter and ended up fronting. He'll get a little reinforcement on that end of the game down in Durham.
5 seconds. McInnes with a long-range shot, doesn't fall, and the length of the court shot won't be close. And that is the end of the first half. With the score, the East 50 and the West 47. Andrea Joyce will be with you from the Omni Atlanta after this message and a word from your local station.
Sports Sunday presents the McDonald's All-American High School Basketball Game. Sponsored by McDonald's. What you want is what you get, guaranteed at McDonald's today. And by Buick and your local Buick dealers. Remember Buick, the new symbol for quality in America.
Along with Bill Raftery, I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome back to Memphis, everyone. About ready for the second half. The East leads the West 50-47. Jim Gray has found a big guy of a different sort here, Jim.
A very big guy, Keith Jackson of the Miami Dolphins. He played for Coach Charles Ripley back at Parkview High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. And while it's the Chuck Daly's and the Don Shulas that get a lot of the credit, a lot of these times these high school coaches go unnoticed, don't they?
Yeah, it's these type of guys who mold a kid's life for the rest of his life. In high school, I can remember Coach Ripley being a great coach, but I also remember him having me in study hall, making sure you got your homework done before you came to practice, and little things like that you never forget, and it helps you the rest of your life.
And you've just come to honor him by being here?
Yeah, I came down to support him because he supported me so many times during my life, and this is the way I can say thanks and watch him coach a little bit.
Free agency taking place. You happy with what the Dolphins are doing?
I like the fact that we went out and got a guy like Irvin Pryor. I like what they're doing right now. We're going to build our offense, and hopefully that we can build up the defense a little bit, and next year we'll be in the hunt.
Keith, good to see you. Enjoy the game.
Good to see you, Jim.
Greg?
All right, Jim, thanks. Keith Jackson said that he might be playing this sport if only it hadn't stopped growing at some point.
He ran out of the inches.
Halftime numbers. Nobody's hitting the threes here with any consistency, Bill.
Really struggling, and it's a pound inside and a running game, and the deep threat non-existent.
The rebounding. Take a look at the numbers. The East dominating the boards. And the leading scorers. It's a Henderson kind of day for the East. It's Ronnie Henderson. For the West, it's Cedric, and we're underway. 50-47 is the score, and they change directions. Robinson, the shot, no good, and here comes Randy Livingston. Stackhouse, top of the key, three-pointer on the way. There's another one missed. Wingfield rejected underneath. That one looked like Garibaldi.
Great attention to business down there.
O'Bannon, that's off the mark. And Darnell Robinson has it and comes back up top. If he can get it there, it's a loose basketball. Vaughn diving on the floor and retains. And is fouled.
The bench wants a walk.
Look at Rip Ripley. Rip Ripley off the bench applauding.
Charles is ripping. Man, but look at this effort. Get it after, and that's legal, by the way. Your momentum can carry you on the floor. The coaches wanted the basketball, but he's upset they didn't come up with it.
That's 4 fouls on Randy Livingston, incidentally.
Should we invoke the Wilt rule for him also?
Henderson off the mark. O'Bannon.
Gather and kiss. Oh, nobody checking out.
Flint going to take it. And Garibaldi the rebound. The West is off and running again. They're within one. Vaughn with the feed. And rejected underneath is Henderson. The lead a little bit too far. No. Stackhouse retains control and scores.
Very nice control. This is a case of Vaughn stepping up. A lot of people talked about Henderson and Livingston and others without leaving Crawford or the like out. But right now, Vaughn, the prototype point guard, involving everybody.
Flint catches up and dishes for Livingston, who draws the foul.
Nice attention, given back and forth.
Little defense.
You like to scrape it. They're not. Once it's inside, the defense improves. It's outside occasionally, a mental lapse.
I know. Show me what's up. Come on, man. Watch your back here.
Stackhouse. Fearless inside.
Look at all the guys on the glass. There are 9 guys right under the tin. Flint's the only one back by half court. That's why the running game, if you get a rebound, you can go.
Huh? Just keep on jumping.
All the stars that are here today, one that is not is the 7-footer out of Chicago, Rashard Griffin, who is going to be a force in college basketball when he gets to Wisconsin.
Stu Jackson's got himself a legitimate franchise guy. A lot of rumors about why Griffin is not here, whether he got his invitation on time and some discrepancies that we're not totally sure of the facts, so there's no sense speculating, but I'm sure we will love to play this game. It's the dream of every high school kid.
D'Antonio Wingfield with the tip in, and it's 54-49. Vaughn. And Vaughn fouled.
Well, the trick led to the wall. A little nickel dimer, but when you're going to turn it over, they generally give it to you. Are you impressed with him?
Oh. I know Roy Williams is. Roy Williams can't wait to get hold of him. Said he chose Kansas as soon as he saw the place. He fell in love with it.
Not a bad program, huh? What Roy's done has been simply marvelous.
That's O'Bannon. Charles O'Bannon, and Rip Ripley says he is so mature, he is certain because of the influence of his older brother who's been through it all before.
He's seen the recruiting process, and saying hello to all the kids as we both did. When you got to Charles, looked you right in the eye, had a comment about his brother. Didn't get into the recruiting, incidentally, but you're right.
Said you looked a little jet lagged.
Well, I said, you look a little tired. You look older than I thought you were. Said, nice meeting you, too. Another one of those little small change contact situations.
Two members of Oak Hill Academy here, and they've contributed 10 players over the years to this. Dunbar High School in Baltimore, DeMatha in Maryland, and Henderson.
Well, this area knows all about quick delivery with the express company in the area. And that is a strong finish.
1-point ball game.
Mentioned that DeMatha, James Brown, our James Brown, great player there at DeMatha, and Morgan Wooten right here at this ballgame on the committee.
Vaughn with another dish. This one for O'Bannon. And the West has come back to take a 1-point lead.
I get a kick out of the kids after they jam it as anybody. I wonder what they put. Can you get onions on those? Seasoning, and there is a guy that hasn't touched the ball much. Wallace down on the block.
That's the second terrific tap-in for D'Antonio Wingfield in the last 2 minutes.
Our truck with a little literary license. McDunk.
Our truck takes lots of licenses.
A lot of liberties.
That's off of Darnell Robinson's foot and out of bounds. Let's take a look.
This is just creation. The choreographer, Vaughn, and then the finish, O'Bannon. Yes.
Stackhouse, three-pointer. You mentioned early on how much he loves to pass the basketball. O'Bannon crossed the lane, got hammered, and he'll go to the line.
Well, Jerry, when he goes to Carolina, will be playing before a stacked house. And he'll have them enjoy it. And here's a guy he had, I believe, 3 sophomores this year, won over 20 games. There's the chairman, Hall of Famer, Morgan Wooten.
Speaking of legendary coaches.
And loved what he was doing. How many offers did he have? My goodness, to go to different places, but loved the kids and loved what this school stood for.
Nice man, too.
Yeah, gentle, successful guy.
Garavalia. Garavalia lost the handle on his way up. Vaughn for Henderson.
And he finds people. His idea or concept of the game is sound. Get the team involved.
Cedric Henderson has 14 points. Shot out of the corner, partially blocked by O'Bannon. Here comes Vaughn again. He's got Garavalia, and Garavalia gets hit by Flint.
Nice looking flow. Henderson, the recipient, but right out top, head up, the snap on that chest pass. And this is where they have a terrific feel. How to slide by, slither without charging, and get it up high for the kiss.
So here's John Garavalia. We said hi to his high school coach before the game began, Ernie Price.
Pretty successful year.
Yeah. Team went 28-0 in Michigan Class C state championship. He's the 1993 Mr. Basketball in Michigan.
I can relate to the O. It's the other part that's a problem.
Mass substitutions at the 15:38 mark here in the second half. There's Jacques.
What a throw for the coaches. Julius Brzezelski on the one end. Been around. We mentioned Claire B., one of the guys that he used to work with, and the Ripper.
Rip Ripley told me his team went 31-4 this year. and won the state championship in Arkansas for the second straight year, despite losing all 5 starters last year. And he says of those 4 games that he lost, 3 of them were in December on the last shot of the game, and the same kid hit 2 of them.
Don't schedule. Here's another lapse defensively, and Avandra all over it. And a little taunting as well. Incidentally, he lost kids. I think he's got 5 Division I players, Ripper, off of last year's team that went into college. And this is the challenge. Is it met successfully? I wonder about that call.
Keith Booth got up applauding.
What impresses you with players of this ilk, the macho play, doesn't concern them. I mean, they get your shot blocked, or you do something with a dunk, the opponent just goes back and does something a little bit better. It's not a finale.
Booth does not get the bounce. Jones had it, lost it to Beard. Booth gets it out to Randy Livingston on his way to LSU out of New Orleans. Osborne to Booth, and he missed it. Sylvester Ford, Crawford, Kingsbury. Has not had his shot, and Beard has the rebound. Livingston will pick it off. Into the lane, no. And fouled from behind by Jones. We remind you, still to come today, the women's NCAA championship. Texas Tech, Ohio State. Tip time 4:04 at the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. That'll come your way here on CBS.
Livingston with that last move, Greg, everything but. I mean, big time double pivot jump, and just couldn't convert, but showed you his ability and strength as he entered in the 3-second area. You mentioned Joey Beard before. Rasheed Wallace and Joey Beard won the most valuable player twice. Bobby Crawford and Stackhouse once each at the 5-star camp with Howard Garfick.
Welcome back to Memphis, where the East leads 61-57. I'm Jim Gray, and I'm joined by Morgan Wooten, the head coach at DeMatha High School, and you are the chairman of the selection committee. How tough is it to pick 22 guys to play in this game?
Jim, very tough. We start off with the 1,500 top seniors in the country, and to get it down to 22 is next to impossible, but we get it done.
Must have a lot of people mad at you.
Well, there's no question, because when you pick the last guy, you think of all the great players that you've left off.
Morgan, how would you rate this year's class compared to some of the ones of the past?
I think definitely above average. It's bigger than most of the classes. It's a great size. Rasheed Wallace, Robinson, guys like that, great guards. It's an outstanding class.
Terrific job. Good to see you.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Greg?
All right, Jim, you know how frightening that is when Morgan Wooten says this is an above-average class compared to the ones that have come through before?
Well, he did say the size of the guard play, and it is an enviable job when you think of the people that you turn down that become stars later in their career.
Crawford's pass just off the mark, and here comes Ronnie Henderson for Booth. That's an offensive foul.
Nice step up by Kingsbury. Chris offering it up, and you don't see too many charges in the All-Star League.
That's 3 on Booth. East dominating the boards in this game, 51-29. But shooting the ball a little bit better. They lead 63-57, and on the baseline, tap is up, no good, and then in by Jones. Avandra Jones.
If you're going to rest in an All-Star game, it's going to be at this end. A lot of open opportunities the next 13 minutes.
Ford, Crawford, Jones, a chance to show his shot.
The follow-through, too. The Banky Drawer League.
It must be comfortable.
It must be. Don't bring your wallet, though. MJ, Michael Jordan.
Nice pass from Livingston, and Osborne drew the foul. Leading scorers today, Cedric Henderson with 14 for the West, and Jerry Stackhouse with 12. And Michael Jordan set the pace back in 1981 for this game.
And he's been setting the pace for years, huh? Commercials, whether it's McDonald's or others.
Chris Webber 28, John Williams 27.
And you'll see, that's hot plate, Williams.
That's hot plate, not hot rod.
A few pounds difference.
Jones with the loose ball and the steal by Osborne.
Can't be lazy. The quickness reveals itself in all areas of the floor, Greg.
Osborne has 11, 66-61. The East with the lead.
Nice double. And when in doubt.
Jones, no. The foul is good by Sylvester Ford.
Now, Vondra looked tired on that little release. The penetration by Crawford.
Long range shot by Livingston doesn't fall, and the rebound to Honeycutt. Loose ball, up ahead, and a little behind. The back action doesn't work.
A little sloppy, to say the least. At this point, I think fatigue a factor. A Vondra lackluster attempt, and halfway around and down. Not a bad play. Good step in.
West has turned the ball over 15 times today to 13 for the East.
Osborne's done some pretty good things.
Honeycutt. And a big rebound by Osborne. Livingston ahead for Booth. They got it.
Good gather. Good gamble pass as well. And that's a little more like it for Randy Livingston. Showing a little more this half.
9 points for Keith Booth. 5-point lead for the East.
And they got the hold on Booth, who instead of a respirator, figured, let me hold on here.
11 and a half to play. Second half. 5-point lead. 68-63 the East. A year ago, Jason Kidd, 12 points and 6 assists in the West's 15-point victory over the East down in Atlanta. Old fella Harrington, 19 points and 21 big ones for the guy who now plays for John Thompson.
And the giveaway Beard, as we go back live, and he played very well late. John's team established themselves. I think they devastating loss to Vegas during the year and lost their confidence, but at the end of the year, the NIT giving them a chance to rejuvenate.
Almost came back and stole that game from Minnesota.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, didn't they?
Gave him every chance to. And Jason Kidd becoming a heartthrob in America. Sports Illustrated cover. And next year, they should have a great basketball team.
I remember watching him play in this game last year, Raft, and thought that I hadn't seen a point guard in a long time that sees the floor the way he does.
What shocks me, and I'm sure you, the size and strength of him and all the other things that he does so well.
Jacques Vaughn reminds me a little of him in that much like Jason, he'd much rather pass the ball and set up a teammate than score.
That's their game.
That shot off the mark. Booth follows. And again. Keith Booth. Out of Dunbar High School, the same school that produced Muggsy Bogues and David Wingate and Reggie Lewis and Reggie Williams.
This is great. Crawford, Sylvester Ford coming in the game. You got to be ready, Sylvester.
And they're joking about it at half court, too. Here it is.
Now, this is a guy who sees the whole floor. You want to be a point guard? Get it to me when I want it. Oh, that is simply terrific.
He did find the open man.
You got to know what to do when you get it. Get it, Sylvester.
In his own press, there's always someone uncovered.
Well, yeah, the coach did a lousy job. He should have never subbed at that critical juncture of the game. And no defense on him.
Another lob attempt. This one picked off by Honeycutt. 72-66. Oh! To Crawford, to Jones. And Ford fouled it.
Well, we mentioned magic on the all-time McDonald's team. There was a little magic by Honeycutt.
Livingston. Pass goes awry. Up ahead. Look out. Here comes Jones. Oh, behind the back.
A Coos and a Dr. J, all in one move.
one in the air, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, great play. A little excitement.
We remind you, coming up tomorrow night in New Orleans, city of my birth, North Carolina's Tar Heels, Michigan's Wolverines, for all the marbles at 9 Eastern Time.
That's where they got that name, the Big Easy.
No, I think that's where they got the dish Gumbalaya.
Oh, a potpourri of items. That was exciting. These kids have a feel in that open floor. They'll run the lanes, too, and not afraid to give it up. It's not selfish basketball. It's just a terrific understanding. They get a kick out of giving it up.
Who do you like in that game tomorrow night?
Tomorrow, well, I stuck with Carolina all year because I liked them early and then saw them in January live and a couple of other games that I happened to be involved in. They're solid.
They are. Both teams are solid. I saw Michigan. In fact, I did Michigan's victory over UCLA in Tucson.
I know you did.
And I think they can. I think they can do it.
If they do what they did last night, don't get involved with the opponent, pay attention to business, they can win this game. I mean, they were thoroughly involved in that game.
Wallace can't gather it in.
We were looking in the timeout in our location, and they were watching Fisher, talking to one another. There was no looking around. They were all business. And if they do that with that talent, they've got a legitimate shot.
We have 9:20 to play here in the second half. 72-70. The East leads the West. Robinson's hook comes up short. He grabs his rebound, puts it up again, and this time Wallace comes down and is fouled. And right now, let's check in with Jim Gray, who is over on the East bench. Jim? Make it the West.
All right, I'm here with Bobby Crawford. They say a good point guard has to see the entire court, and I guess what's going on off the court as well, huh?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm having a tough shooting night. And, you know, the only way you get on TV is if you score a lot. So, but I thought I couldn't score, so I do something crazy and get on TV. I guess it worked.
Well, you did, and now you're on. Tell us about Michigan tomorrow night. You're on your way to Michigan, and they're playing North Carolina.
Yeah, they're going to do it. You know, Michigan all season long has been playing up to the level of their competition. When they play against Kentucky, they stepped up another notch. And when they play against North Carolina, they're going to do the same thing, so they'll win.
All right, Bob, thanks for the laugh. Good luck to you.
How appropriate is that to have Jim Gray at the end of the bench? He's very comfortable in that spot. He's the 12th or 13th man. 12th. They've only got 11.
Jacques Vaughn loses the handle out of bounds, and look at Darnell Robinson has a seat on the chair at the end of the court.
It better be a big one. Nice sense of humor by Bobby Crawford. He continues. Doesn't get the finish, but the mass to the break.
Darnell Robinson gets the tap in right there. 75-72, the West with a 3-point lead. McKinnon for Stackhouse.
Oh. Well, there's where he got those assists. Turn the corner, draw the pinch, and kick. McGinnis to Stackhouse. That was said a few times in their high school.
Three-pointer ties the game at 75 and 8:05 to play. And there's the steal by Stackhouse. McGinnis. And nothing but red jerseys underneath. The foul doesn't go. Wingfield. And Wingfield grabbed by number 54, John Garavaglia.
Did you like Wallace attacking the glass that particular time? The activity of another level as you enter that domain.
Rasheed Wallace still hasn't decided where he wants to go to school. He says it's down now to Georgetown, Temple, Villanova. Can you believe Carolina?
Yeah, I've heard that.
What's Mike Krzyzewski going to do if Rasheed Wallace, Jeff McInnes, and Jerry Stackhouse all pack up for Dean Smith's environment?
Well, Mike's got a few coming in himself, Joey Beard being one of the main aligners coming in, but it should make, as always, an interesting two-game series during the season.
7:52 to play in the game. 77-75 our score, and we'll return to the Mid-South Coliseum after this message and a word from your local station.
Slam dunk. If you keep on playing, they're going to push on you there because they're fighting for the line. Don't be happy with a close game.
The coach of the West. His team trails by 2 at 77-75. East in the lead. West with the ball. This is Darnell Robinson. And Henderson tracks it down and back out to Jacques Vaughn again.
Nice little play on the timeout, a little high-low.
Honeycutt. And this time Rasheed Wallace with the rebound. Here comes McInnes. Down the lane. Oh.
Nice little play, but Rasheed's going to have to pull a Wilt, getting Wilt to this again. He's going to have to catch it, and like he did to Guy Rogers, Wilt, say, come on back here. Here's the ball. I'm going to go down and get set up.
Watch me.
He doesn't touch it once he gives it up.
Oh! Big collision underneath. Vaughn. And taking the fall also was number 12, D'Antonio Wingfield.
And the foul on the scrape early, is that speed or is that just a fast little run through? He can get him up and down, those puppies. Great personality in chatting about Kansas and his choice. And I asked who was going to win all this. He said Kansas, of course. Knows where his bread is buttered. Great run, and the spinning will cease for a while. Just great inside play by Eric Montross. Physical play negated a gallant Jayhawk team.
79-75. Wingfield with the scoop. Outside for McInnes. Stackhouse lost it out of bounds, and it belongs to the East.
You notice when Wallace gets it, when guys are dead, they're looking for a bailout. Gotta let him touch it a little bit.
Call his number. Stackhouse, three-pointer, got it. Stackhouse with 18 points on the afternoon.
Lighting it up, a little more range than G. Lynch, would you say?
Leading scorer on both sides in the East has scored the last 10 points and has an 82-75 lead with 6.5 to play. Robinson off the mark. O'Bannon chases it down, finds Robinson in the lane. Doesn't get the basket, but he'll go to the line.
Well, he's for the West, but he was going north on that deep shot. He's got to get in and bang with the big bodies, settling for that deep shot.
4 fouls on D'Antonio Wingfield. There's a look at Charles O'Bannon.
In the game for the East, number 25, Jason Osborne.
Wingfield to the bench. Coach Julius Przelski says nice job. This is the last game Julius Przelski Sr. is ever going to coach. The winningest coach in Pennsylvania history, 41 years of coaching. And 2 years ago in Springfield, Mass, the West, 108-106, Glenn Robinson, who hasn't turned out to be a bad ball player, down in West Lafayette, Indiana.
A lot of people, he may be one of the best this season. Julius, a guy that his son, a coach at Morgan Wooten, but a guy that loves this game. So let me enjoy the family a little. And the big guy gets it finally, where he can do some damage.
Rasheed Wallace will go to the line, trying to make it a three-point play, and it's 82-77. The East looking to extend.
And they get it down to him, and that's one of the few times he's able to gather and complete. And he is a complete player, I might add.
16.2 points a game, 15.8 rebounds over the past season. Darnell. Rasheed gambled and lost.
Big time loss. It's like a bank or stock crash, huh? You get a little egg on the brow when you gamble, and here's the McDunks.
All even.
Hold the lettuce.
McInnes. Stackhouse. McInnes.
I guess they played together, huh? The knowledge.
87-79. O'Bannon lost it out of bounds to. See who it belongs to. No call yet.
When you three-quarter, this is putting all the extra, the mustard, the mayo, the French fries on the McMac, the big fella.
All the trimmings.
And no extra. The condiments.
Henderson.
And he can pass as well. Nice little dump by Darnell.
And McInnes outlets for Livingston. Livingston tried Osborne, and coming back with a little defense is Gerald Honeycutt.
Running the floor is so important, and you do take a few bows and shots when you're that low.
He's put the ball in the lead, 87-79. Wallace.
He kept the ball up high, not bringing it down. Just a little screen away. He can get it if they give it to him.
Robinson comes up short, gets his own rebound, and he'll shoot two. Darnell is a little upset with himself. He's missed a couple of gimmies inside, but I don't know if it's much of a gimme with Rasheed Wallace looking over your shoulder.
And Wallace is as upset because he got himself pushed under. We mentioned evaluating yourself. Now, Wallace might say, hey, I've got to put a few pounds on, get a little bit stronger. I'm going to play guys like Robinson. They'll push me half across the lane. But he has had some easy ones.
We remind you, coming up later this afternoon here on CBS, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, Texas Tech and Ohio State for the women's NCAA basketball championship. 87-81. We're down to 4:55 to play.
How do you think I do coaching some of these teams?
Like I said, we're down to 4:55 to play.
You did look a few years ago.
Wallace.
There you go. The good call from the bench. Coach Brzezelski realizing, get the big fella involved.
Robinson.
Oh.
And gets the dunk and the foul. And Wallace can't believe he fouled him.
I have not seen too many phys ed instructors do it any better on chin-ups. There's a jam, the pump fake, get the big guy up, and now get that chin up. What? Just one. Not strong enough to go twice.
I've often wondered what the basket looks like from above.
A pretzel view. He has shown some physical play with the pressing of Arkansas and him in the back. Ooh, SEC.
Osborne rebounds and taps the glass for good luck on the way down.
Nice steal.
Honeycutt. Out of control a little bit, and a blocking foul is called. Take a look at that Wallace-Darnell Robinson matchup.
And look who set it up as well. Jacques Vaughn complements this extraordinary presence. Can't do it better in the playground, huh?
Honeycutt goes to the line. He has 11 points.
Think of Oliver Miller, we mentioned before, and he played 4 years with extra weight and doing it when he's healthy in the NBA.
I want to remind you, coming up next, CBS Sports presents the American Ski Classic from Vail, Colorado. Franz Klammer, Bill Johnson, Peter Mueller, Billy Kidd, and Franz Weber among the legends competing in Vail.
And you just got back, didn't you? You spent a few weeks.
Norway.
Yeah. Some work in preparation for the Winter Olympics, and they give Wallace, very emotional, huh? Expressive. You like that? Carey?
I'd like to see him into the game.
Yeah, you do. And they got a tee as well.
5 personals on Rasheed Wallace, and now a technical. And
how do you think David Stern would handle a technical in an all-star game? Well, it's part of the educational process.
I believe the NBA is making as much money from its fines these days as they are from the coffers.
Ron Thorne very busy. This is an unusual set of circumstances. Michael Smith
and Rasheed still talking.
And I think I believe he was thrown out of the game. Well, he didn't ask. These are two guys at both ends of the floor. They have been retaliating and expressing himself, something that will have to be tempered down, I think, particularly with an official. But
Rasheed has fouled out.
Think you should look the other way?
No.
Huh? The official, I mean. Technical counting as the personal, so that's why he's out.
There are better days ahead.
Oh, there will be. He's a magnificent basketball player. Part of it not touching the ball a lot. That works on your psyche. I know you as a guard would handle it and forget about the big guys. Just go get a big fella, kick it out. I'll take care of the rest.
16 for O'Bannon, who hits both the shots from the line. 89-86. And the West with the ball.
Darnell doing a little bit of everything.
A little housekeeping.
Well, he's the one that knocked it down. He might as well put it back
well. 89-86. 4:13 to play.
I've been impressed with his honeycomb.
Yeah.
And he's done some terrific little play. Nice double up.
Up ahead for McGinnis. And he missed it. And the follow is good.
And who?
Mr. Stackhouse will go to the line.
His partner following. Maybe he realized McGinnis has a little trouble being indecisive whether to dunk it or take the layup. And when you do, you usually have an unkind bounce. And he is a presence, big, strong, mobile, shoots the three. Anything else you like. You got to learn to get it off the fingertips, not the palm. The follow, effective.
21 points for Mr. Stackhouse this afternoon. The game's leading scorer. 3:56 to play in the game. 92-86 the East in the lead. We'll be back. The difference is 6 points. We're under 4 minutes in this McDonald's All-American Classic. The East leads the West 92-86, and the West bringing the ball up court. Jacques Vaughn on the floor, along with Cedric Henderson, Darnell Robinson, Gerald Honeycutt, and Charles O'Bannon. And there's the takeaway.
Antonio, not bad. They're all excellent defensively in denying the post area. And switching out on Stackhouse.
In the lane, Wingfield, Beard on the drive.
He's used his minutes pretty well. Paying attention as he made the cut. And then the presence of mind to ward off with the 10.
Joey Beard has 8 points. 94-86. Vaughn. Honeycutt, short with the follow. Look at Jacques Vaughn in there. Oh.
What do you want, right? Everybody watching the little guy. Pretty good release.
6 for Jacques Vaughn, 94-88, make it 10 assists to go along with those 6 points. There's the takeaway by O'Bannon. Vaughn to O'Bannon, and the reverse doesn't fall. Tap no good. O'Bannon again. Oh, up quick. Here comes Stackhouse. 3-on-2. Wingfield, Stackhouse. And we'll come the other way. Vaughn, 4-on-2. Nice job with the dish to Honeycutt.
You can't. The numbers, huh?
Amazing on the play before. Here's the feed to O'Bannon.
He's so quick. The release, getting back involved, quick to the basketball. Variety, spicing up his game. Look at the elevation between floors with quickness.
It sounds like a little thing, Bill, but on his previous play down court, Vaughn, as soon as he got the ball at center court, took a quick look over his shoulder to see who was coming with him.
He does have an understanding. Numbers in his favor. Easy to find people when you have an onslaught like that. As Joey Beard. And the one thing you can say about Joey, that Duke under Mike Krzyzewski will not be beardless for a few years. He's going to step in and contribute right away.
94-88. 2:20 to play. Wingfield. Three-pointer. D'Antonio Wingfield.
Well, he's got the strength now. He's showing distance.
He has 12, and the East leads by 9. O'Bannon. Up high for the rebound is Honeycutt. Steps back outside and then looks to Vaughn. Down to 1:45 to play in the game. O'Bannon.
Oh, that's just great basketball by Vaughn. Just turning it up to draw the D and in the dish.
19 for Charles O'Bannon. We're down to 1.5 minutes. And he almost got the steal.
He's played the passing lanes well. That time to dribble.
Inside foul. Stackhouse will go to the line. Remind you once again, coming up this afternoon here on CBS, 4 o'clock Eastern time from the Omni in Atlanta. Texas Tech and Ohio State will do battle for the women's NCAA basketball championship.
Henderson getting a nice round of applause. He's played very well, too. A lot of guys have stepped up their level of play.
Joey Stackhouse, 22 points this afternoon. There's Cedric Henderson from East High School here in Memphis and headed for the Memphis State Tigers. 23 for Stackhouse.
To Bob Gibbons about Stackhouse, he said he reminds him of Dominique a little and James Worthy.
Darnell with the lob from Jacques Vaughn.
Darnell ringing the bell. Darnell the Magnificent. He has shown an aggressive side that dictates winning.
1 minute to play. Honeycutt goes for the steal, and now the double team, and almost the steal at center court.
Oh, too many guys, huh?
Darnell Robinson up ahead for Crawford. Vaughn in the lane. Oh, look at the passing.
Incredible.
Honeycutt on the scoring end. 99-95, and timeout by Rip Ripley. 36 seconds to play. The difference is 4 when we come back to Memphis. Back for the last 36 seconds. McInnes to Livingston. To Stackhouse.
Oh, down. Your housing. That was gorgeous with the bang at the end of it. The delivery. Incredible show of intent here as you challenge the big guy. You don't back off and taking it strong. Robinson armed. Destroyed, huh?
We told you before, Michael Jordan, the leading scorer in this competition with a 30-point game. Mr. Stackhouse is working on number 26 right here. He didn't get it. And back outside, he chases it down. And that's out of bounds and off his foot. 27 seconds to play. 101-95. And right now, the West needs a 3 or 2.
You'd like him to see MVP if they win?
I think so. O'Bannon had the double pump. And Booth at the other end. And that'll put the nail in the coffin. Vaughn will take the 3. Darnell's follow is not good. And from behind, and this game will be over. Stackhouse at the buzzer. 105-95. Stars of tomorrow, they played like it, Billy.
They sure did. Jerry Stackhouse, solid, great effort. A lot of fun and a lot of excellent performers.
Fun working with you too, Bill Raftery. For Bill Raftery and Jim Gray, I'm Greg Gumbel saying so long from the Mid-South Coliseum. 105-95. The East wins it. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports.